We're on. What are we talking about? No?
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't see when you pressed. I was like, um well, I think there's a lot of things to talk about. They're just like kind of random. It's not, you know, they're not necessarily related. They're all over the place, but
Yeah.
unfortunately it is kind of all drama though. I will say that.
Well,
Drama related.
yeah.
But
Drama sells.
yeah, and I'm starting to see that more and more that like I think at the end of the day that's seems like the business move. That's the way to go in order to, I guess, to stay relevant is the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it goes back with all publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad.
True.
Um, it just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, right? Because like I feel like there's a price to pay for that when it comes to like personal life, maybe peace of mind, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody has a price, and you know.
Uh, what did I hear this past week? From Deion Sanders of all people. What did he say? Because he was talking about the students, uh, and lying to them as opposed to telling them the truth, because that's how life is. Um, but that if we tell the lies so much,
It
we'll tell,
becomes the truth.
huh?
It becomes the truth.
Well, we'll start living the lie.
I guess, did he elaborate on what he meant by lying to the kids?
Well, meaning, well, he was relating it to football as far as like telling them that they're doing okay and that they've done a good job. Everything's gonna be okay. You gave it your best. You know, it's more so like, no, you could do better. There's improvements that could be made. Criticism. Um,
So, but he's okay. Just so I understand correctly, he's going the route of lying to them, or he's saying like, "Why do we do that?"
as far as what?
Like, is he saying that he's lying to the kids, or that he's like calling it out?
No, cause like he's been cleaning up
Oh, okay, okay,
like the
okay.
staff and getting rid of people that don't need to be there.
I like
You know?
yes men, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like
Okay, because I was
going.
like, whoa. I was like, wait, is he saying he agrees with that?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Saying like, if we keep lying and then you keep going
All
with the
right.
lie, and then everyone's just living the lie at that point. There's no truth, so we just begin living the lie. Like
I,
it just becomes the norm. Like, and everyone just believes in it.
well, that's funny though because like I mean I've heard that going that route actually has pretty good what's it called? I guess outcomes. Like the way I've heard it, maybe not to the point of a lie, but like to be delusional. And I feel like that's sort of the same thing. Like to where like you're lying to yourself about stuff that once you believe the lie, then it becomes a reality. So like being delusional sometimes is a good thing, you know? like because I guess it's similar to like fake it till you make it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, but I feel like there also needs to be like, a separation of fantasy and reality to where like, right, manifest it, you know, speak of it. Because again, speaking of Deion Sanders, he's already being told like, wow, that's a big statement for you to come out and say that you guys are gonna go all the way, you know, when you guys haven't even started with you being the new coach. And it's like, right, yeah, but I'm saying that right now because I'm manifesting it. Like, it's a different type of lie, like it's not, we don't really know yet, it's just he's speaking
Well, I think it's more like a goal, right? Like, and then like he's like reaffirming that.
in a way, but it's like, it's like you said, hey, we're gonna get it done and it's gonna happen. Watch,
Right, right,
you know,
right.
no one knows if it's gonna be true or not, but like you're manifesting it. Um, and I think in that sense, like it can become true, you know. when you go out there and say, yeah, we're the best. Just watch and see, you know. But realistically, looking at the stats and comparing his team versus others, they're the underdogs. So really,
Okay.
they're not the best. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You see, like, but he's saying that they're the best. That's what's gonna happen, and they're gonna go all the way. To the championship. So
I think it's possible if they put the work in. I think I think it's just a little confusing when he's saying about the lie, because I think what he meant to say, from like what I'm taking from, is like the kids that get the trophies just for trying.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so in essence, he when he was referring to the lies, exactly that. Like, hey, stop telling them that they did fine.
Right.
Like everything's okay.
Right.
You know, better luck next year because you know you never know. But it's like, no, it's not gonna happen if you don't put the work in. Like, some of you don't even need to be here, including staff, personnel, coaches, and even the students. He's holding everyone accountable. So with his attitude is like, right, he's filtering out the people that aren't, gonna put the effort and just looking for a trophy, in the sense of appreciation or like participation,
Right. Right.
like he's like, yeah, nah, like when when you don't do good, I'm gonna tell you didn't do good, so as opposed to like, hey, good game, everything's okay. But he gets criticized for it, just like many other coaches like him, because people are gonna think he's being harsh. He doesn't care about their feelings, and he's putting them through something that they don't need to be going through. But it's like, well, then why are you there for, right? And again, it's not like they're making it out to be, like as if like he's putting them through punishment. It's just part of the game and part of the training. Like, but if you can't keep up, and if you're not there to win, like, what are you there for then? To participate and see what it's like, you know? So he got to give them that truth, you know, and not lie to them and be like, hey, yeah, it'll be fun. You know, it's just an experience. He wants to win, like, so that's the goal. I believe, like, just like in any league, in any sport, like, what's the goal? Is to win. Yes, of course, like, you're gonna lose, but you learn from it. But he's talking about solely on winning, you know. So, you know, I think again, like, uh, because there's been plenty of other people that have kind of, given the same approach, and it didn't work because, right, like, okay, Michael Jordan, I don't think he can coach, right, right, but he's like deemed the best basketball player of all time. But see, yeah, he can't coach because, like, he just can't. He can't lead a team coaching wise. He doesn't have the right words. He doesn't really care. He just thinks like everyone should be like him.
Right.
Deion knows that everyone's different, and he'll work with what their talent, but will also tell them, hey, maybe you're just not good at this position.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
That's the difference. Like, he's looking out for them as opposed to like, you did all right, but tomorrow is the next day, and just try again. Everything will be okay. Don't think about it. So again, but he's not. No one. They're making it seem like there's 24/7 video footage of him coaching. Like, no, it's just you know, uh, post game and pre game conferences that you're hearing him talk. Whatever goes on between him and the staff and the students, that's between them and how he leads, and they seem to be fine with it, because otherwise then he would be gone already. I don't think they would be performing this good already. Like, uh just good leadership. I guess he was just not expected. to turn teams around that are in the lower ranking, you know, of the league. And he's starting to show it right away. You know, he already did it with another college. Exactly. Even though things went not the way he wanted there. So for him to transfer over along with other students to a college that let's just be honest, no one really talks about, no one even knew existed like that, other than the local fans. Boom! Now everyone's showing up to the game. Celebrities, everyone's tuning in. They've had the highest like viewership ever at this point. Like it's the Deion Sanders effect, you know. And again, because like I think he's just bringing truth back, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, which I feel you on that. Like with the delusional part, I get it, but uh, I think at the end of the day, he understands that you still have to separate fantasy and reality, and realize both and how to apply them. You know, there's a balance.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
you can dream, you can believe things will happen. Well, then, right, manifest them and then put the work in, and it'll happen. You know, so it's just how you go about it. Because of course, these two uh things called lie and truth, people can use them differently to either manipulate or exactly work it into where people will believe in it so much to get that machine going.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just I guess he just isn't coddling them. And plus coaches aren't supposed to be like sugarcoating stuff to begin with. Like that's why they're coaches. They're there to push you to your like limit to see how far you can really test your abilities. That's what they're there for. And I think sometimes parents forget that, you know?
Yeah.
Like cuz you're obviously you might not like how someone's talking to your kid, but you know, you need to know your place as a parent. And then where, of course, to draw the line if it does get like disrespectful, you know, because sometimes the coaches can take it a bit too far. But I mean, that's what they're there for, to push you, you know?
Yeah, and exactly, like by all means, it, exactly, like if a parent doesn't like it, then pull the kid out. Like the kid doesn't like it, he doesn't need to be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He, I don't think he means anything else by it other than like, right, because we're here to get a job done, you know, like, and what they do. That's it.
Right.
You know. But of course, there's those assholes out there that do exist and ruin that type of environment for everyone.
Right.
You know, and it puts a bad stigma on other coaches. You know, because of course, you know, not to exaggerate, but there's those ones that like do exist, like in the what's that movie? Uh, Al Bundy. He's like the coach of the opposing team
Oh, right.
of the
right.
underdog.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is that? Little Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's those movies where they show that, you know, and of course that is a reality
Right.
out here, you know. But then there's also good coaches.
Plus, these aren't children. These are college age kids. So
Yeah. You
there's
know.
that. They're like getting the taste of the real world, if that makes sense.
Yep. So I feel like he's
Gonna do big things.
yeah, for sure, you know. Especially with all the doubt at first, because of course, like which I understand, you know, the criticism was that, you know, he's just another celebrity. Although he is a Hall of Famer and played, you know, different sports. At the same time, it doesn't mean that he can just come in and be a good coach. Again, like I said, Michael Jordan, perfect example. He's not a good coach. He's not a good owner. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. Everyone can see that at this point. You know, greatest best basketball player of all time can't be a good coach. Like that's it. You know.
Even a team member, if you're being quite honest, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You know he needed the assistance, but I feel like still at the end of the day, he was like, well, without me though, what would they be? You know. So
Absolutely.
um, so maybe that's what kind of disrupts that coaching ability of his because it's like absolute power corrupts, right? So
Yeah, for sure. Like on a power trip.
yeah, at the end of the day, he's just gonna keep reminding himself of what these kids aren't,
Right.
and he doesn't look at them any other way other than
You
they
can never
can't be
be
him.
me.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I can for sure see that.
you know, he's over. I mean, he slapped one of the teammates or one of his like, uh, I don't know what to call it, from a coach to a player, I guess. Like, but that's real. I mean, he was slapping one of them on the sidelines, like.
That's terrible.
Like, come on, man. Damn.